Hey, I'm Pauline. We're here in Corvallis, Oregon, within the path of totality for the Great American Eclipse. On August 21st, 2017, a total solar eclipse passed over the continental U.S., beginning at 10:16 a.m. in Oregon and ending at 2:49 p.m. in South Carolina. Those who were not within the path of totality, where the moon completely obscured the sun, experienced a partial eclipse of at least 48%. As impressive as a partial eclipse is, the Watt Trekker team couldn't pass up the opportunity to experience totality. We reached out to friends to find a generous host and found ourselves in Corvallis, Oregon at a backyard campout with about 30 other eclipse goers. With the eclipse being on Monday, we drove up the previous Friday to avoid traffic and check out some local events. We're here at Oregon State University for a Total Eclipse experience, an event where the public can learn about the science behind the eclipse and make art projects. As we explored the activities at OSU, we met some folks and found out what brought them to the path of totality.
My name is Devin Santos, and I'm coming from Portland, Oregon.
And why did you pick Corvallis to come see the eclipse?
Because it's part of the totality, the Total Solar Eclipse. Yeah.
Are you excited?
Yeah, I really am.
Awesome. Why are you excited?
Well, it doesn't happen that often. And my mom says the last time she saw one was when she was in college.
Do you have glasses or a pinhole camera?
Yeah, my mom bought some glasses, or roughly 400 times bigger than the moon, but the moon is about 400 times closer, so it looks like it's like as big as the sun when it comes close. Also, did you know that like about 100 years from now, the moon will be a little bit farther away, because it moves like an inch or two away every year?
Yeah, it's crazy. We're very lucky to live in this time to actually see a total eclipse.
Yeah.
So what's your name?
I'm Julia Bradshaw.
And what is your role in this event here at OSU?
So I teach at in the art department, and I've been putting on workshops teaching people how to photograph the sun since April. And I have curated an art exhibition about artists' response to the cosmos, and I've also arranged all of the arts activities that are happening this weekend.
Wow, super cool.
No, it was cool.
And what are your plans for viewing the eclipse?
You know, for somebody who's been planning for 6 months, I am flip-flopping like mad. I've been practicing since April, photographing the sun, and my intention is to make a photograph where I can show all the phases of the eclipse on one photograph. So I will be sitting in one spot and have my camera on a tripod and photograph all of that. But now I'm thinking I would really like to be with crowds. I'm thinking I might come to campus and find the crowds and be with the people who are going to go ooh and ah and enjoy that.
Yeah, that sounds super cool. And you said you have people staying with you from out of town?
Yeah, we got 10 people in our house this weekend.
That's exciting. Got a bit of a party there too, huh?
Yes. At least they're cooking.
Oh, good.
So my partner in the solar filter workshops, he's an astrophotographer and so a very keen astronomer, and he got his first call 22 years ago by a man who was in his 60s, and he said, assuming I'm still alive, can I be in your spare bedroom in 22 years? And he's here and he's in his 80s, and he's going to be observing the eclipse. And I got my first call a year ago from a man in Germany, so I've got German visitors.
Wow, that's exciting.
It is, yeah.
Have you made any new friends so far?
Yeah. It's a community I wasn't familiar with before, the astronomy community. They're very generous with their time, and they have done massive amounts of outreach in our community. This is the Heart of the Valley Astronomy Club. And then on campus, the NASA scientists, so Dr. Randy Milstein, he and I have been working on projects together. So this has been an opportunity for me to work with scientists as well. And what I want to do, though, is show how artists and scientists work together, in that artists often interpret science in an interesting way and get people thinking about science, and it might spark them more interest in science itself. So there's a relationship that goes on between art and science.
Yeah, it's an awesome opportunity to collaborate.
Yeah.
From art exhibits and projects to science lectures and demos, we could feel a growing sense of excitement as people from around the world came together to witness the total solar eclipse. On the day of the eclipse, we gathered in the yard with friends old and new. We viewed the partial eclipse with pinhole projections, eclipse glasses, and optical projections. We played with the crescent-shaped shadows and took photographs. For the moment of totality, where we could safely remove our glasses, we simply sat in awe and stared at the mysterious black orb in the sky where the sun should have been.
Spectacular. Yeah, it's nothing I've ever seen before, and unique experience.
That eclipse was an incredible experience. It was just so huge and so unlike anything you could ever see on the screen.
It was really cool.
It was a pretty crazy experience, actually. Just like the way that everything just kind of faded suddenly. It was really gradual and then like very sudden, and it was, quite a changing experience. Very moving, yeah.
Because it was so moving. It was all of a sudden there's like, oh my gosh, like what's going on? I'm like, don't cry.
Well, I wasn't very prepared. There was something in me that didn't really want to know too much ahead of time because I just wanted to experience it. But it was definitely cooler than I expected. But I wish I'd remembered that I could take my glasses off during the total solar eclipse, because I sat there with my glasses on in the dark for a while everyone else was oohing and aahing. And my 7-year-old told me what to do.
No, something about the lighting, even though this is how it looks at dusk or right before, something about it just feels really weird.
Wow, first solar eclipse, first total eclipse, and very cool. The pattern around the sun was just amazing during the totality, just really cool. I really liked the light, like just before and just after. So normally you get like when the light is dim in the morning and the evening, you get this kind of reddish color light because it goes through a lot of atmosphere. But because the sun was very high in the sky, it's not going through as much atmosphere, but it's also dim light, so it has this funny, cool, cold color because it's the blue color light we get in the middle of the day, but there's not very much of it. So that was really cool.
It was really stunning. One thing I noticed was that the light before and after didn't seem to me to be like dawn or dusk. It seemed completely unique, that I would have never seen before. I would not see till I went to my next total eclipse. Like being on a different planet.
More than worth it. To see the total eclipse with the naked eye and experience that was pretty overwhelming. It brought tears to my eyes. And I wouldn't have missed it for anything.